you ready. It's Persona time. Anybody got anything cool going on?
Nope.
Yeah, we have something wonderful going on this week, right, Vel?
Besides,
We do.
Aha.
We do.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Anyway.
What is it? What's going on?
yeah,
Kind
explain.
of wild.
Yo, waddles away.
Yeah,
Why do I
Bill's
have to
waddling
do
away
it?
from the campaign.
You do?
so,
Why do I have to do it?
Because you're the one hosting it.
yeah. If Bill doesn't
Okay.
want to say it, we're doing
Yeah.
charity.
Yeah.
Charity.
Mhm.
Okay, bye.
So, like it says there on the Nightbot, we're raising money for
Oh
sick
my
children to play
God.
games. So feel free to donate for a good cause, and may or may not, we may or may not, break character and do funny things for you to donate money. That is not a decision that we all agreed upon. That's something I'm coming up with right now. But hey, raise money to help kids play game.
And for every $10 you donate, something wacky will happen to the characters.
Oh
yes.
no.
For every $10, maybe we'll sporadically have maybe we'll just have to talk in like third person. Who knows?
Every $10 in dashing makes me cry.
Mm-hmm.
Every $10, and Cinna has to tolerate being called Cinnamon in character.
Yeah.
And has to actually ask to be called Cinnamon.
I don't know
Refer
about the
to
ask part.
herself
The
as
ask
cinnamon.
part is like pushing. You know. Anyway.
Wacky wavy inflatable tube men. All
Waving
session.
Inflatable arm tube man.
Okay. All right. Striker, you looking fancy there.
Hi, it's me.
Anything big coming up for you?
Not for another 4 weeks.
Okay, it's still 4 weeks away.
Yeah, 4 weeks until my re-debut of this thing.
Ooh.
This thing here.
The goal. All right. I think that wraps it up because we all know I'm boring. So,
Bitch, I will throw hands.
I'm busy making a thumbnail for Vel because she hasn't posted anything on fucking Twitter yet.
jeez.
Okay, look. Just because you're right doesn't mean you need to say it so loud.
No, it means
I'm working on it.
Whee! Well, you can work on it while I give the recap because
You
it is
can.
actually Persona time now. And last week on Persona D&D, our party, you guys, you had an eventful time, an eventful Saturday morning. You were woken up very, very abruptly to an emergency student assembly in the assembly hall, where it was revealed that Victor's crimes were admitted to, as well as Charlie and Miles were also on the chopping block, so to speak. Sho gave a very public lashing against them, a stance against them from the student council, and expelled them from the council, but not the school, and put it on the remainder of the student body to return what they had delivered unto the students unnecessarily. As Sho was leaving, there was an uproar of anger, of resentment towards Victor and his cronies, as well as some budding excitement over the fact that a position opened up in the student council for the disciplinary committee. Cinna, you stood up and got Sho's attention through all of the noise and yelled to have Scent go with him, to which Sho listened and made a motion for Scent to follow. While the rest of you went to the cafeteria, Scent, you had a very impassioned conversation with Sho, Ionos, and your sister Ziore, where you did your best to convince them that you are the right man for the job for the disciplinary committee, seemingly convincing everybody except for Ionos, who was so hooked on procedure. Even though she had admitted that she did the same thing to get Hugo into the office. A little bit more time passed and you re-met up with your party in the cafeteria, and you met up with Dane, and you went on your way with the rest of you to meet with Istis, Komi, and Chemo. And as you walked outside, you saw the ethereal door, the portal way to the cloud catacombs where Istis resides. And Cyrus, you ended up using your key, that icicle black and blue jagged key that you had gotten that signifies that you are a Persona user, to unlock the door. And when you did, you met the very aggressive Chemo and the somewhat passive Komi. They were very much in Dane's business, as they were unhappy that he had waited so long to see them again. You then made your way into the Cloud Catacombs, and you met the goddess Istis. And she explained more in depth what Dane had previously explained to you about everything that happened to you so far, everything that she expects of you, and everything about personas and magic in your world. She then made it very clear that she is available at any time of day, as well as Komi and Chemo are. And they are there to help you whenever you need it. Whenever you need an explanation of any sort of thing, they are there to assist you. You accepted their aid and you left the Cloud Catacombs, and you decided to split up for the rest of the day. Dane made his way to the Blue Table,
No,
his
Blue,
favorite restaurant.
Not the blue door?
Not the blue apron.
Not the Blue Apron. It's the Blue Table. It's the Blue Table. Cyrus, you were going to the Balanced Traveler. Cinna, you were heading back into the academy. And Sen, you saw Tiki and Hugo walking together into the Blue Table. After Dane had already gone then, yes. You were going after them with your piece of bread. Your
Fucking
loaf of bread. So we're gonna start with Cinna. You are going into the academy, splitting away from your brothers, splitting away from Cyrus. After leaving Chemo kind of standing there, staring at Dane as he walked away, and she turned around and went inside, back to the Cloud Catacombs, and you made your way back into the academy proper. It's a Saturday. That doesn't mean that necessarily nothing is going on. It just means that it's a lot quieter than it usually is. However, you do, off in the distance, you hear people running through the halls.
That's odd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bit.
We're gonna go
And
check that out.
excited cheering as they're running as well.
We're gonna go check that out.
So you begin to walk over that way, and this group of 3 third years run by you. You don't recognize them, but you do hear one of them say as they're running by, "Are you serious? Alessandra is doing what to that Oscar girl? We gotta go check it out!" And they keep running.
Oscar. Book it. Follow him.
Okay. You're following them?
Yep.
Okay. So you follow them, and you end up at the training grounds. And you see as there is a very large group of people surrounding one of the centralized training grounds. And the way that they're set up is they're like fenced in, and then it's dirt, but then on the outside it's kind of a grassy terrain, so people can kind of stand there and they can watch, and they can, egg on or cheer or coach whoever is training, to help out. And there's different fields out here because it is a very large academy. However, the field, this little training area that is being surrounded currently, you see inside where Bernie is wearing a very nice, as Bernie wears like athletic wear, it's almost like kind of like she's, training for a fight almost. And Alessandra is also wearing more athletic like wear, and they seem to be boxing with each other. And as you sort of run your way in, you're watching as it's as much as you think when you first see it. Okay, they're just sparring or something's happening. It's really not a spar. Alessandra's really just kicking her ass. It's not even close.
We're breaking into the fight.
So as you kind of try to break through this crowd, it's kind of hard to do it. You hear Alessandra kind of take a step back as somebody tosses her a water, and she says, "Come now, Bernice. It's time to give up. I don't like bullying weaklings. I chose you to be my aide because you're smart and efficient, and this is a waste of both of our times." And Bernie, kind of sitting on the ground, she rubs some blood off of her face, and she says, "I just want you to acknowledge me, Alessandra. I don't know how else to do that right now." And Alessandra throws the water back into the crowd, and she cracks her knuckles, and Bernie gets up, and as you're kind of breaking your way into the crowd, Bernie goes charging in at Alessandra, throwing a punch, and Alessandra just grabs her fists and just cold cock knocks her out. Just right on the ground. And she looks down and at Bernie's unconscious body. Shakes her head. "You stupid girl.
I'm walking in and I'm pushing her.
I do acknowledge you." Before you get through, the scene is still happening. "I do acknowledge you. Just not the way you need, apparently." And she turns around while you're still trying to get through the crowd, because it is not totally easy to get through when people are, very cleanly together. It's hard to get through. And Alessandra turns around and she yells at somebody and says, "Julius, clean her up. Get back to work. We're busy. I don't have time for these silly challenges that the mess Victor made." And that's when you are able to push your way through. And Alessandra looks at you as you're walking in, and she doesn't even acknowledge you, and she just starts walking away as
Knocking
somebody
someone out
is-
is cruel.
She stops as you say that, and she turns and looks at you. "She challenged me, I accepted."
Overstepping your bounds is a different challenge. And I'm just gonna go pick up Bernie.
"Respect must be given and earned."
It is a two-way street. And I'm just gonna leave.
With Bernie?
Yeah.
As you begin to leave with Bernie, she grabs your shoulder as you walk past her, as Julius is starting to walk into the ring, and says, "We have work to do, and I don't have time for this."
Then do your work. But you know better than anyone, injured students go to the medical ward.
"And I will take her there as her superior.
No.
You don't have a place here."
You are not taking her anywhere as the one who put her in this condition.
"You know just as well as I do that duels at the school are fair game. And I also am on the student council. I have rights and authority here. You do not know your place.
There is a
I am not
difference.
the bad guy."
I never said you were the bad guy. But have you ever taken a second to step away and consider how frightening it must be after someone hurts you that much? And that's the first thing they see when you wake? This isn't just work. This is people. You talked about respect and you won't even give her any.
The respect that I give her is what is necessary. You'll do good to remember that. And she lets you go, and she begins walking away.
A duel and beating to a pulp are two different things. And Cinna starts going to the medical ward.
Yeah. And Julius is following you to the medical ward. And you can go to the medical ward.
Thank you.
You get there, and there's a nurse on staff, and she looks over and she goes, Oh, my dear, what had happened over here? Oh, look at these bruises. Lay her down right here. And she leads you over to a bed.
Comply.
Yeah. And she starts kind of treating kind of the blood and the cuts on Bernie's face. And a few minutes go by, and Bernie kind of shakes the consciousness. Where am I? Hmm. Medical wing. Great. Good job, Bernie. And she's like looking around the room, and the nurse is kind of still standing over her. It's like, follow my finger. Let's make sure there's no concussions. She checks her out, and she finishes kind of wiping the blood off and, cleaning up some of the cuts, and the nurse walks away. Julius is sitting kind of at the entrance of the medical wing, and he didn't follow you to the beds. But Bernie does look over at you and says, I didn't know you were here today.
My
You
arms are
feeling
like
sick?
crossed and stuff. I'm sorry. When did you think it was a good idea to use your fist?
To be fair, it's okay. Yeah. Um, I've never been strong like, you were sent. But Alessandra said something to me, and I thought to myself, I said, okay, Bernie, it's time. We gotta step up here. Stand up for myself. And, yeah, well, I guess I did stand up for myself, right to get knocked down to the ground. But it's A-okay. And she sits up and begins kind of fixing her hair.
I'm like rubbing my temples. Do you really forget that there are other forms of strength, not just the physical kind?
I mean, sure, yeah, obviously. I mean, duh, look at you. Look at me. Use my brain all the time. How do you think I attract scent so well? Although this isn't gonna do it. Oh my gosh. And she like pulls out a mirror and she's got like, oh, look at this cut. It's so not cute.
Anyway, I interrupted. Your superior didn't like it that much. Then
Well,
again,
Alessandra is pretty strict, but
well, student council has never fully been in favor of me, and that's not my concern, so.
I mean, you're pretty prickly, if I'm not gonna lie.
It's not my fault. Everyone's gotta
some
stick up their butt.
used to. Mm.
If I was friendly
Well,
with everyone off the rip, we'd have more problems.
yeah. Okay. Fair. Let them know how you really are, because then, when they take advantage of you and you snap and it doesn't end well. Life is hard. I gotta get back to work, though.
I'm
I
proud of you
appreciate
for
you
standing
bringing
up
me
for
here.
yourself. Don't do it with your fist again, or I'll bap you.
Excuse you. I am tough. And she, like, puts her hands on her hips as she's sitting down in the bed still.
You got your shit rocked in public by someone kind of in a dress.
You're right. But I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna change it real quick. And next time, I'm gonna beat her fair and square.
Alright, go do your work.
Do you want to get dinner later?
Oh, that was actually one of the reasons of why I was here, was to kidnap you for that, but I saw you were a little busy. But yes, I would love dinner later.
Okay. All right. Here I go. Back to work. On a Saturday.
You're doing great. no more fights, please.
I can't promise that. I need to get all tough.
Wow, there's training that you can do, and like, well, she says there's training you can do, so it starts like shadowboxing a bit. There's
Mhm.
like training you can do before, I don't know, wanting to punch somebody in the face. There's also verbal debates, because we're nobles. There's a lot of options. I don't know.
But your dad always said things to solve things with your fist. So
Okay, but yes, that's why my dad doesn't run the city alone.
that's fair. But he is big and strong, right? So I mean, he can't be all in the wrong.
Well, he's also a lion and has like been strength training most of his life.
So maybe we should start doing that.
I mean, I already kind of do.
Then I'm gonna start doing it too.
You know?
And then when I get
fair.
stronger, I can beat Alessandra.
I heard Scent liked muscly girls. Anyway,
What?
What?
Really?
Sorry, I think I sneezed.
Okay.
You should go.
I'm gonna do it. Next Saturday. Meet me in the morning. 7 a.m. Sharp. Training grounds.
Oh, boy.
We begin the regiment. Ho ho ho. And she jumps out of the bed. Oh yeah. I'm coming for you, Scent.
You sound like one of those fantasy books that people have started writing recently.
No! That's not fair.
You know the books of like where there's the guy who like pushes up his glasses and he poses all weird.
That's dorky.
Well, that was basically like the equivalent of what you just said. I have a training regiment. 7 in the morning on Saturday.
Fine. All right.
I will see you at 7.
Yes. See you then. Goodbye. See you for dinner. And she walks towards the door and says, "Come on, Julius. We gotta go." Yeah, let's go. And they make their way out of the medical wing. What are you doing, Senna?
Well, the whole point coming here was to find Vernie. Probably gonna grab a book from my room.
Okay.
Sit in the
And
courtyard for a bit and read.
Okay. And you can. Sen, how's it going?
Hi.
Hello. You, rewinding time. You make your way to the blue table. You were a little bit behind, but you did watch as Hugo and Tiki made their way in. There didn't seem to be any aggression between them or from Tiki to Hugo as they were making their way in there. But you do make your way to the blue table and you are going inside?
Yes.
Okay. You walk inside, and I don't know if you remember when Cyrus went in there with Dane when I was explaining that. Kind of out of character. But it's a very quaint small shop, but it's very seclusive. There's tall kind of booth tables with like plants, and it makes it very individualized per table. It makes it hard to know who's here, although you know for a fact Dane is here. You also know for a fact Tiki and Hugo are here somewhere. You just don't exactly know which table any of the three are at. So what you doing?
So I have no idea where any of them are.
It's hard to tell.
Okay. Are there any like art pieces up on the wall and everything he can kind of just like wander around and just look at?
Yeah, for sure there are.
So he's just gonna do that while looking for them,
Okay.
like subtly looking for them.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different like art paintings. A lot of the art paintings in here are of like gardens and fields and just mountain ranges. It's very nature oriented.
Mhm.
Pub, or not pub, but like little restaurant cafe in general.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
Sure.
Good enough. You think you hear towards the back, you think you hear Hugo laughing.
Okay. Nothing on Dane.
No, you don't hear Dane at all.
He's probably by
Or
himself.
you don't see
Okay.
Dane at all. Yeah.
He's probably just in his thoughts. He's just gonna kind of keep wandering past, still holding this damn piece of bread like to his side, it's like a baton,
It's like his fucking child.
pretty much. Yeah, and it's just gonna keep kind of wandering, like not aiming for Hugo and whoever else he's there with, and just
Right.
continuing to just kind of like look around until he gets towards them, and just yeah.
So, as you're kind of making way over, looking at these paintings as I described to you, kind of meandering your way there, you do hear as Hugo's like he'd stopped laughing, but you know the direction.
Yeah.
You do hear Tiki, and she has a very much calmer demeanor than you've heard her before.
Mhm.
It's a lot friendlier. And she says, You're probably right. I should apologize. This whole succession business, it's just been making me so stressed. And dealing with Blaine digging up all that school history so relentlessly, I just don't know what to do. I guess I really did need this.
Before he
And-
gets real quick, just before he gets closer to them, can he just kind of slide into one of the tables?
Yeah, for sure.
There's an empty one. Yeah.
I won't even make you roll for it because it's such a secluded area that somebody walking in isn't even gonna, bother anybody else.
Yeah, just hood up, kind of just sitting to himself, looking like he's eating the bread. You can't see his
Right.
face.
Somebody walks over and slides you like a cup of tea.
Yeah.
So you're just vibing in. You hear Hugo reply, "Yeah, you're definitely doing too much. I do really appreciate you looking out for me, though. Making sure I don't say anything that could get me in trouble, or, us for that matter. But, Tiki, I gotta be honest. It's really hurting me to hide things from everyone. But here's to a full year together." And you hear a clinking of glasses.
Mhm.
And Tiki replies, "You're so dorky. But I really did mess up with your friends, I think. What do I even do? We were supposed to tell them first thing this year, and I accidentally ended up picking a fight with your best friend's sister, or something stupid. Literally nothing." And Hugo just, "We'll figure it out. We gotta get going, though. I have a lot planned for the rest of today, and I actually asked Sent and Cyrus to hang out tonight, so I gotta go do that later."
Consent do something.
Yeah.
He's gonna start singing in deep speech, just very quietly, but so that he can hear it.
Hugo?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just gonna just kind of just quietly start singing in deep speech.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay. Tiki sort of laughs and she goes, "Bold move, future king. Walking away from a queen on your anniversary." They both kind of laugh and they begin to get up from the table. And as they're sort of stepping out, Hugo just like stops Tiki and you hear her say, "What?" And he just like kind of walks around and looks around the corner and just locks eyes with you.
He's just gonna wink at him.
His face gets so red.
He's just gonna kind of just like use his head and just kind of just nod away. He's just gonna keep singing.
He's gonna nod and he's just gonna grab Tiki and they're just going to very quickly move by you and Tiki's just be like, What's going on? Stop pulling me. We gotta go, I'm sorry." And they very quickly make their way out of the restaurant.
He's just gonna just stay there for until later and just singing, munching on the bread, getting tea.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gonna be his evening.
Okay.
Just big grin on his face.
Jeez. How long are you planning on staying there?
Probably like, God, what's it like? Early afternoon right now?
It is, yeah.
Probably about like 2-ish hours, maybe.
That is perfectly fine. All right. um, Cyrus, are you here? Hello. Is he still making tea and a snack?
Homie making a whole ass pot at this point. Christ. How much fucking water are you boiling?
Ooh, sheesh.
I mean, we can fast forward with me. Like, I was just gonna be
fast
like,
forward 2 hours.
yeah, he
what,
was just gonna
what
kind
you
of
got
be to
going
himself for
on?
2 hours. But like,
All right.
he's gonna get up as well and kind of see where, like if Dane's still around.
Okay. Within that 2 hour time span, you can definitely do that. You definitely find him easily walking around, as there's not many people in here anyway.
Yeah.
You see him. He's sitting alone in a booth. There's like a half-eaten piece of cake, sitting in front of him,
Mhm.
and he's actually leaning against the glass in the far side of the booth, and he's just like leaning against it. He looks really depressed.
Want some company?
How's yeah, sure. What's going on?
He's just gonna kind of slide in with his tea.
Mm-hmm.
Just saw you. Didn't seem like you were doing the best. Is everything all right?
You know, seasonal depression.
Boy, do I feel that. You want to talk about it, or
No, it's really just family stuff, if I'm being honest.
he's gonna just snap the bread in half, just hand it over?
Thanks. And he kind of puts it down and takes another bite of his cake.
There, I did it, Rye. You're not even here to see
Breaking bread.
it.
Fucking damn it.
The joke finally paid off, and he's not even here to admire it.
Did Cyrus leave for the store for some bread? Stop!
No, please. Oh God.
We do have a couple hours to kill. You're more than welcome to join us for whatever the heck Cyrus and no, it was with him, wasn't it? He talked about it, didn't he? Or was it Hugo?
Hugo talked about it. Yeah.
Okay. My friend Hugo, he mentioned a store that we could go to and explore if you want later tonight.
What kind of store?
Well, it's called the Naughty Elf.
Oh.
Yeah.
Guys' night then, huh?
Guys' night, yes.
I see. I don't exactly have anything going on. I'm supposed to go see my aunt at some point today, though. I guess I could go in the next after I finish my cake, I guess.
Yeah, it wouldn't be for, a few hours at least. So you got time.
Great.
And I kind of mentioned the meeting place and everything that we had planned on,
Right.
who was coming. Just, yeah. You're more than welcome. If you don't want to show up, we'll be leaving around 7 and we'll just be going in. So,
I
entirely
mean,
up to you what you want to do and don't want to do. We could finish this bread. You can share some tea. I don't know.
you're being
break
very
some bread
friendly.
together, you know?
It's God, what a joke. You just broke the bread and you're making a joke about it.
Look, Cyrus asked me to do it, okay?
Ugh,
He
that,
didn't say
you
who
know-
with, he just said to do it.
That makes sense from what I know about Cyrus so far. So, maybe though. I just got a lot going on today. Well, not really today. I guess tomorrow too. No, I'm not sure.
I mean,
It's really about what Auntie Relis is gonna ask of me. So,
you know what's going on with me now. Like, I understand the stress. But we can always talk about it. I don't know. It's shit's hard. I understand.
Yeah. She expects a lot.
Mm. I did hear from Shaw that you were supposed to be on the disciplinary committee before, and you left. Do you want to talk about that?
He sort of winces when you mention it.
I know it's probably a sore subject, but someone who's going to be on there, I'd love to know why.
Well, with all the Persona business and Auntie breathing down my neck like she was, I couldn't live up to Show's expectations.
That's fair. I understand. What's is she still trying to, pressure you to do things you don't want to do, or I'm not sure. Like, what's...
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. He looks down at his cake and he takes a big bite out of it. He sits there in silence and he doesn't say anything for a few moments and he says, "If I told you the things that she asked me to do, I'd really be a bad guy."
I've done some terrible things too. Trust me, we all have our demons. Every one of us. Even Avaref. I don't even know what his demons are, but he's got them somewhere. The man's a glutton.
Sweets like this are my escape. And he takes another bite of his cake.
Places like this are mine. It's calm, it's quiet, it's relaxing. It helps with recollecting my thoughts. I understand why you love it here.
Yeah. Maybe I'll catch you guys later at the Naughty Elf. And he gets up and he takes his scarf that was hanging on the side of the booth and he throws it around his neck and kind of covers up half of his face with it. And he says, "I'll see you later. If you ever want to talk again, I'm here a lot."
Love to.
Okay. Thanks for the chat. I'll cover your bill.
Thank you. Goodbye.
And he walks out.
I think he's just gonna stay there for another hour or so. Just
vibing.
Yeah, just vibing, recollecting his thoughts and everything. And so about 3 hours in total there.
Okay. Cyrus, hello.
Hi. Hello.
How's it going?
You're all good, gamer.
All good, yes.
Sorry, I haven't eaten today, so I went.
Oh.
Take care of yourself. It's good.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Hi. Hello, Cyrus.
Do you need a minute to?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
Chat said you were getting the milk.
It's funny.
And the
I could've
bread.
gotten milk.
And you missed the
Bruh.
joke. I made the joke and you weren't even here.
I know. It's because I
You
was
made
making
the
tea as well because my throat's a little sore.
Understandable.
So yeah, but I'm here.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
So you rewind time again. Yes. You split off from the party, making your way as you looked at all of the shops in the area, kind of exploring the town on your own. Finally, on your own, really.
Yeah.
In the few days that you've been here, you haven't really had any time to yourself, literally. And you make your way to the Balanced Traveler shop, which is where you said you were going last time.
Yes.
So, making your way into the Balanced Traveler, it is a very nice little shop. There's not a lot going on in here. It's pretty quaint. It's full of knickknacks and supplies of just all different kinds, from like non-perishable rations to special made clothing for all seasons, low-grade weapons, armor. It seems like they really just supply you with everything you would need to take on missions for the guild in the city. And as you're kind of walking in, off into the back right corner of the store, kind of near where you're walking in, as in like the back of the store, there's a group of 4 people. There's 3 people, and then they're surrounding one person, and it seems like it's just like a group of guys, and they're kind of cracking jokes and just like laughing at each other. And they're all wearing what looks like kind of training gear. They're all wearing like heavy training gear from the academy, so it looks like they probably just came from the academy, and or they're going out to take missions for the guild. There is also a young woman in this store, and she is kind of browsing light armor. She has most of her face is like obscured by just a very large scarf. She is also wearing a very large hat that is covering her hair. And when you enter inside, there's an elderly dwarf male. He's walking around, and he looks at you as you walk in, as he's walking by the door, and he said, welcome in, youngin'. What can we help you with today?
Oh, I'm just doing a little bit of wandering, exploring the town. I've not had much time really to do so. So I saw this place and thought I'd take a gander.
Well, take a peek as you will. We got plenty of stuff all over the place here, everything from your needs for the guild, as well as, just any general training you want to do at the academy. We got you covered.
Excellent. Is
Let
there
me know.
a student discount?
Oh, yeah, of course. My name is what is your name? Why is it?
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is
Yes.
what is your name?
Yes. He's yes, that's exactly what he says. No, he says, my name is Angus Forge.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Forge.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular you'd probably recommend for, first year student to pick up here?
Well, I say probably a pair of light armor over there if you're planning on going to train. Maybe a nice little short sword, a little crossbow if you need one for aim and practice. If you're planning on going out on any herbal acquiring for the guild or anything like that, you might want a backpack or something like that if you haven't brought one yourself.
No, that's correct. Just to break character, quick question to DM: do I still
Yeah.
have the previous short sword that I had at the start of the campaign, or is that
You
transformed into the
do.
Dawn Star? I do.
You
Okay,
do.
cool.
Yeah, when you go into the palaces, it essentially turns into the Dawn Sword. You lose it essentially because you transform into your
Sure,
persona gear.
because then I am like, oh, it comes out of my chest.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Just wanted to ask that because you just making sure,
While you are having this conversation with Angus, the woman, the elderly dwarven woman behind the counter, she kind of like lets out a gasp, and she goes, "Are you sure, miss? Oh my god! Yes, I'm so sorry."
I'm sorry.
The young girl has seemingly walked up to the counter and dropped a lot of money on the table.
Oh. Do you always just drop a giant bag of money in front of people like that? Or
She doesn't answer you, and she like quickly tries to like dart around you and out of the store.
I'd like to try and stop her. I'm intrigued.
Okay.
I'll grab her.
Go ahead and make a let's say athletics or yeah, athletics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Athletics. Don't let me down. It let me down.
Yeah, you go to grab her, and she is a little too quick for you, and she slips right through your grasp.
Dang. Do you know who that person was? I just generally ask to both to the couple.
The guy's kind of shaking his head, and he's like turning around and walking towards the counter. How much money did she drop? It seemed like a heavy bag that hit the counter there. And the one behind the counter is like still counting. Are you standing by the door still, or are you walking over to the counter with
I'll
him?
walk over towards the counter with him.
As you do that, the group of 4 guys leave the store.
I didn't want to talk to them anyways.
Okay. The elder dwarf lady, as she kind of sees the group of 4 leave, she goes, "Good riddance," as she's counting. I thought they would never leave. And
Were
the
they
guy,
causing any trouble for you, ma'am?
the
All I can see is that they were just, joking around.
Angus kind of looks up at you as he's starting to count now too, and he says, "Yeah, they've been loitering in here for a little while. Loitering nobles sure have it easy sometimes, don't they, Clementine?" And Clementine kind of nods and just goes, "Mm-hmm. Yes, they do. However, young man, it seems that that young lady has seemingly dropped enough for you to get whatever you need. So,
Wait, she didn't buy anything? She just dropped the money on the counter?
oh, she said it was for you."
Huh? What? But what? Excuse me? But I don't even
Yes.
know who that is.
I don't know what to tell you.
It's weird. Well, how much is there?
Um, and she's still kind of counting. It was a pretty big bag. It's like well over 100 gold pieces.
Oh my lord.
And she's
Well,
like, "This is more than enough for literally everything in the store."
well, it's comforting to know I could buy you out of hearth and home, quite literally. I think I will only take what I deem necessary, and you can keep the rest. To keep the balanced traveler quite balanced, if not slightly offset because of the massive weight that this gold puts into the traveler's pocket. This is a terrible joke. Anyways, Mr. Forge,
Yes.
what would be your best set of light armor?
Well, let me get that over here for you. And he walks over and he says, as he's still kind of talking to you, he's like, "Yeah, sorry for any rude behavior I might have experienced. You know, those boys came in here shortly after that young woman. Hey, all of them refused the assistance. At least the young woman dropped some money. Here I go being rude again," as he's sort of like grabbing armor.
Hey, I think you're totally
Complaining about
justified there. I mean,
complain about customers to a customer. Where are my manners?
it's fine. I like to think I'm a decent enough listener. One of my friends regales me a lot of his dreams and aspirations and makes plenty of bad jokes. And I don't agree with all of them, but I at least
Mm.
listen to them. But I agree with your sentiment, at least in regards to them. If they were loitering and clearly not caring about the owners, then they're doing you a disservice because you've been nothing but kind to me, and you have a fantastic establishment.
And I appreciate that. I appreciate a young noble such as yourself that recognizes fine establishments.
Of course. I mean, where I'm from, the church sort of takes care of everything, and people just rely on them to provide everything that they need. And it's kind of nice to see a sense of autonomy and people just living their lives as they want to.
100%. And as he makes his way back over to the counter with you, Cyrus, time begins to slow down in the store, as if a dark hour is starting.
What?
And you begin to hear the ticking of a clock. And it catches your eye outside of the front door, out of the windows. The sun begins shining brighter than normal. And a few seconds pass, the ticking gets louder and louder. and then it snaps back to normal.
What was that?
What was what? As Angus slaps the armor down on the counter.
Oh,
You
nothing. I
feeling
think,
all right?
yeah, I think think maybe some. I think I'm just seeing things. It's been an eventful morning for me, so I think I'm just second guessing something. Sure, it was nothing.
All right, if you say so.
Tell me about this armor. I'm curious. Tell me more, please.
Oh, well, if you want to know about this armor, well, we got the finest armor in all the Castle Academy City. Nice leather, looking as freshly made. I made it myself. And he slaps it a few times.
Making a good old like
Yeah, he slaps it a few times for sure.
Excellent. And is there anything else you recommend to go with it? Maybe.
Yeah, I could get
Shield.
you. I could get you a few things. Let me walk around the store. I'll gather up you some good equipment that can help you out just fine.
Certainly. Just feel free to not choose the most expensive or thing.
No,
possible.
I will choose the finest equipment, but not the most expensive.
Whatever you take the most pride in, I'll gladly take.
And I appreciate you for it. And he starts walking around and starts gathering things. A few moments pass, and Clementine steps out from behind the desk, and she says, Angus, I think that I'm actually going to go talk with the guards real quick. Would you mind holding down the shop? It's just something doesn't sit right about, those boys. They came in so quickly after that girl, and they left right after she did. I just want to make sure that she's okay. And Angus goes, yeah, you do what you want. I got this. And Angus is still kind of walking around the shop as Clementine leaves the store.
I'd like to interject and try and stop Clementine before she's out of earshot.
Okay, yeah, you definitely can.
All right, ma'am.
Yes.
Could you just hold on for a minute? Let's wait until Angus gears me up. I'd like to join you because if you're suspicious of those boys, and rather I shouldn't call them boys, of those men, you shouldn't go on your own. Even if you are going to see the guards, who knows where they are? Let me at least be geared up and ready to accompany you, protect you at least for your hospitality.
You are so kind.
It's the
All
least
right.
I can do.
All right. And Angus kind of now getting the kind of stink eye from Clementine to kind of move faster. He does go a little faster. And he gets all the necessary things that you'll need. He gets you a shield, a small short sword, a new one. He gets you the leather armor, which is easily you just throw it over. It's not like any straps or anything extra. And he gears you out. He gets you a nice little bag and everything.
Cool. Should I add those to my inventory?
Yeah, go ahead. You can add
Okay,
a
cool.
shield, leather armor, a short sword, or a long sword, whichever one you want.
Leather armor.
Yep.
Well, I have to go to manage inventory first and then go add items, right?
Yes.
Okay. Leather armor. Leather armor, Rogue's Delight.
It should
so
just
then
be like. If you
light armor, leather. Add that, right?
Yes.
Cool. And then I'll just do a long sword.
Okay.
Just because that's what I have. And then is there like a specific shield I should add, or just a basic shield?
Just a basic shield.
Okay, cool. The shield of the silver dragon. Ooh. And anything else in particular? Should I add like a bag as well, or should I just not worry about that?
You can add a bag of holding to your inventory, but as far as you are aware, it's just a normal bag.
Okay. Understood. And was there anything else that he was giving me?
No, he just kind of thinks that that's probably all you require for
For the time being.
any guild work, anything for the time being. But he tells you if you require anything, come back and I'll give it to you. You're more than paid for it.
Gotcha. Cool. Let me just make sure I have chainmail, leather, longsword, shield. All right, cool. Awesome. So should I also equip those now that I'm not?
Yes. So like
Okay.
unequip like the mithril, chain, the dawn sword, and then re-equip like the regular long sword.
No, I'm a dual
leather.
wielder.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Just for posterity, I'll equip the new shield that I have.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, because I had the shield that I was just given to start with.
Okay.
Cool. So leather, longsword, shield. Got it. Awesome. Cool.
Yeah. So a few minutes kind of passed while this was happening. And you can go ahead and leave the store with Clementine in tow.
Excellent. And can I make a perception check to try and see if there's either a guard or any trace of the group of boys? Or
Yeah,
should
go
I?
ahead and make a
Okay, cool.
perception check. You could also, if you would prefer, you can also roll persuasion to try and ask around, see if you can find out what like direction they went.
I'd like to do perception first and
Okay.
then save persuasion for later, if that's possible.
That is possible.
Then cool, I'll roll perception.
You can do it at advantage because you have
Oh,
Clementine with
advantage.
you.
Cool. I'll re-roll that at advantage then.
Cool.
Let's go.
Oh, natural 20. Boy,
Natural 20, baby.
boy, hello. Okay. All right. So you take a look around, like a bloodhound searching after somebody. You do pick up the trail. You see as a little further down, a few blocks down, kind of through the groups of people, you recognize the training armor of the guys. And you see as the last one is starting to round a corner into an alleyway.
There. Clementine. I'm sorry, ma'am. Didn't mean to get too informal with you there. I just saw them go down that alleyway. You go find a guard. I'll go follow after them. Keep an eye on them.
Oh, be safe.
I will.
I'll
Don't
hurry.
worry.
And she runs off.
And then I'll slink after them.
Okay.
I'll slink after them as best I can. I think I'll probably try and go to the mouth of that alleyway first,
Okay.
and then poke around to see if I can't see them and see what they're up to.
Okay. So you can definitely get to that alleyway entrance. There is nobody standing there, waiting for somebody to walk in. Are you trying to be sneaky?
Yes, I am. So I should roll a
Okay.
stealth check, right?
Stealth check, sir. Yes.
Okay. Welp, I'm not stealthy at all. That's par for the course.
Well, it is generally okay because there are a lot of people around. So it's really just a formality of asking because these guys' heads are on a swivel. I mean, they know that people are going to be watching. They just aren't looking for you. But they do see you as you kind of poke your head in the alley. And they're like, hey, no bystanders. Turn the other way.
I'm no bystander. I'm just a guy walking by. Sorry. Sorry for looking down an alleyway. Didn't know it cost money.
Mm.
And I'll just sort of walk away a little bit, but stay in the vicinity. Can I attempt another stealth check to try and get within earshot at the mouth of the alley?
Are you going to again poke your head around? Okay, then I won't make you roll for it.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna kind of be like up against the wall, like leaning my head, like my ear ever so closer to the edge, just so I can try and listen in more without turning my head around.
I will say, if you were doing that, you can make a perception check.
I'll roll perception then. I at least get advantage-ish with perception. You're fucking kidding me!
Okay.
I can't hear anything, can I?
It's kind of hard to hear the whole conversation, but you do get bits and pieces.
Okay. I'll at least take that.
I'll expose you. Stop. I'm working on it. Make it official tomorrow or else. and that's all you hear.
Okay, I think I'm confident enough to stop being stealthy. I'm just gonna walk down the alley now, and I'm going to say, "So, what are you gentlemen doing down this alleyway at this time of day? It's a beautiful day. Maybe get some sunlight. It's good for you."
You look further down the alleyway and you can see past the two guys. There is he's not larger, he's a slender looking man. He's kind of pushing that girl who had the scarf over her face up against the wall. He has her pressed, and it looks like he's talking like very close to her face, but you can't exactly see his face. And he doesn't fully turn to you after you say that. He actually looks away, and he says, "Get rid of him."
Get
And
rid
the
of me?
two guys begin to run at you, as you also at that moment begin to hear, "Hey, what's going on over there?" As multiple guards are now running in your direction, Cyrus. And the guys that are kind of standing in the alleyway, they go, we gotta go, start running! And they just begin booking it down further in the alleyway to try and get away as the guards begin chasing them. Is there anything that you're doing?
I'm gonna immediately check on the girl. Check on
Yeah.
her.
She falls to her knees and is just like catching her breath. And she her face is uncovered, but it's hard to see because of the hat and then the scarf.
Hey, are you okay?
She's like still looking down. She pulls the hat down a little further over her face.
That doesn't answer my question. Are you okay? That guy had you pushed up against the wall. And he was saying something about expose you. Like, are they blackmailing you? And for what? Look, the more you tell me, the more I can tell the guards, and the more that they can help you. Okay? Just please, let me help you. You decided to just throw the money on the counter back at the balanced traveler from me. So the least I can do is try and help how I can. Come on, just... You can trust me, I promise. I'm not like them. I'm
Make a
not an
persuasion
ass.
check.
Okay.
She begins to wrap the scarf back around her face as she's still like pulling the hat down. And she's trying very hard to obscure her face. And she stands back up and she's holding up to where you can only see her eyes. And they are very, very beautiful eyes. I mean, they're kind of a tealish blue
Okay.
color. And you can see that she wears like eyeliner, dark eyeliner, and her eyeshadow is like a light pinkish. And you see strands of black hair kind of hanging over one eye.
Look, I understand why you'd want to be scared and not share who you are with me, considering the situation you were just in. But you don't have to show me what you look like if you're not comfortable. Just let me help you, please. In some way, let me help. Because I can't stand to see assholes like them abuse their standing or power or whatever to get something out of you. They treated you like dirt, and that's not right. Not when you just threw a bag of money just to a stranger you probably don't even know, just to let me basically buy out the entire store. Nobody just does that. I can tell you have a good heart. So please, just... What can I do to help? Let me know.
She shakes her head and she launches out and she hugs you.
Well, this is sudden.
And she stands there for a moment and just squeezes you tightly.
I'm gonna like kind of awkwardly just kind of go in and kind of embrace it, but kind of like pat on the back, like there. Just like, yep,
Mm-hmm.
this is happening.
The way that she is hugging you, Cyrus, it brings up old memories. Things that you haven't experienced in a long time. Almost an embrace you haven't felt in a long time.
Pull away for a sec.
And
I'll still hold her as best I can, but I'll,
she lets go of the hug as you kind of start to pull away. She tries to kind of loosen out of your grasp.
Wait. Who are you?
She shakes her head and she just tries to get out of your grip.
Please, just tell me. Please. Should I roll a persuasion check?
Yes, sir. Yep. I was just about to ask. I was thinking about if she was going to say anything or not, but yeah, persuasion. As she's trying to pull away, and you say that to her, she looks over at you, and there are more strands of black hair coming out of her hat. And you can see that the mascara that she is wearing is starting to run down her eyes, probably into her cheeks a little bit. And she just shakes her head. Just says, "Can't."
Why can't you? Why? The more you fight, the more I want to know this.
And two more guards run in and say, "Is everything okay here? Are you two okay?"
Yeah, I'm fine. I tried to keep an eye on her, but I think she's okay. A little winded, but I think she's okay. Right? You're not actually hurt. And I'll loosen my grip a little bit on her so it doesn't seem like I'm the aggressor in this situation to the guards.
Right. She takes that moment to try and completely get out of your grasp. Are you letting her?
No.
Okay. She is not going to fight it too hard. She was just making the attempt. And the guard kind of nods and he says, "Well, we're hot on the trail of those men. We'll need to take a statement from her in a few moments, but just so you're okay, make your way back to the Balanced Traveler when you have time."
Will do, sir. Thank you so much for your help.
Okay. And he turns around and he begins to walk away from the two of you. And she turns to you, Cyrus, and she puts her hands kind of on your hands that are grabbing her, and she grips them. And she's very clearly starting to like shake.
Okay. I get it. I think I know who you are, but I'll wait for you to tell me. And I'll let go. Let her just do whatever she wants to at that point. And I'll just start walking towards the Balanced Traveler, leaving the alleyway.
You begin to walk away, and you feel something grip the back of your shirt. And then she lets go. You make your way back to the Balanced Traveler.
Yep.
She does not go. as you make your way back into the store. Clementine is in there with a few guards, and she's kind of talking to them. And she sees you come in and says, "Oh, my thank heavens, you are okay. I heard the guards say that you were approaching them in the alleyway, and heavens me, I just couldn't imagine if something bad were to happen to you. Where is that nice young woman? Is she okay?"
I'm sure she'll be okay, but I have reason to believe she won't be coming here. She's too scared. I can't wholly give a statement on her behalf, but what I did hear amidst the crowd and what I could make out is that they were asking her to do something, otherwise they were going to expose her. So I have reason to believe that she's being blackmailed. But
It's a very serious offense. Blackmailing a potential noble, even a commoner. We don't take that lightly.
yeah. So and they're all those boys, I shouldn't call them boys, all those men. They all probably attend the academy. I couldn't make out any of their faces, and especially the one that had her pinned up against a wall. So that's all I can do. But I'm also a student at the academy, so I will keep my eyes peeled, and anything I learn, I'll pass off to you guys.
We appreciate it, and we will follow up with you. What is your name?
Cyrus Blackwood. I'm a first year.
A pleasure. We will be contacting you, Cyrus, if we need any further assistance. But please be aware that this is under our purview at this point. Try not to do anything needlessly.
Of course, sir. I will just simply observe, and if I need to get involved, I will do so cautiously.
They've already shown that they can be aggressive. So if you are going to approach, I suggest bringing some friends, but more importantly, alert the guards.
I'll do both. I have some reliable friends.
Very good. And the guards kind of thank Clementine, and they thank Angus and thank you, and they all begin to make their way out of the Balanced Traveler.
Oh,
Cyrus, what are you doing?
taking a freaking huge sigh. Oh, God, talking with a stick up my butt is the worst. Oh. Well, I hope that those men, I keep wanting to call them boys, even though they're more than likely older than I am, don't cause you any more trouble, Mr. and Mrs. Angus. Forge.
Clementine kind of laughs and she goes, "I appreciate all of your assistance. You're so brave."
Somebody has to be, but I appreciate this fine leather armor, shield, and sword that was, and of course the bag that Angus provided me. It helped me look a little bit more intimidating than I already did. So
Angus kind of chuckles. "Of course, I only provide the best."
Indeed.
All right.
Well, on that note, I guess I'll say my farewells, and I guess I'll just head back towards the academy.
Okay. You can definitely do that. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. All right. So, welcome back. Hello. Hope you all had a nice bathroom break, a nice stretch break, a nice snack break, because we're back. Persona D&D returns now. Cyrus, we had just left off with you. You are leaving the Balanced Traveler, heading back to the academy. You did spend a few hours in the Blue Table.
Blue Apron.
Door.
Apron table. Go. Go.
Table.
Where
blue place.
where are you going after the few hours that you kind of hang out in the cafe?
What time is it at this point?
It's probably like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I'd say. You spent a few hours there.
He's gonna go try and find Hugo.
Okay.
at this point. Yeah.
Easy enough. Hugo is already sort of meandering around the meetup spot.
Okay.
Cyrus, you kind of catch sight of Hugo kind of making his way back to town, as you're kind of making your way into the academy, over to the designated meeting spot that you were alerted to.
Ah, that's right. I remember now.
Yeah.
I'll in character. Oh, that's right. The naughty elf thing. I guess
The
I
naughty
can't-
elf thing.
I
Sorry.
guess I can't let him down. So I'll begrudgingly just take one big step at a time, putting one foot in front of the other, going to the designated meeting space.
Nice. So you definitely can, and you kind of get their lockstep almost with Scent as you see as Cyrus is also approaching. And Hugo is kind of taking a seat at a bench nearby, and he sees you both, and he's waving and saying, "Hey, you guys made it."
Of course. Why wouldn't we?
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
we're here.
Does Zeph have the new? Oh, no, Jesus, sorry. Does Cyrus have the new armor on? Or no?
he's wearing his leather armor. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure. Anyways, Hugo, and I get really close to him. So how was your date? You don't hear this, Cyrus. Unless you want to.
It's good. Good. We don't need to talk about it too loudly. It's kind of a work in progress to kind of get out public because I'm a prince and she is of another nation.
I mean, I didn't say who it was. You did.
He's just
I think I'd like to start listening and now seeing Hugo's like reactions.
you definitely can. He's not being very quiet about it. And he's like,
So, what's this about? A date going well, but needing to be secretive about things because you're a prince and they're also of a different nation?
To
"Oh,
keep
God."
to keep names out of our mouths. You remember the people that we saw, or the person that we saw him go in with?
Oh,
Earlier?
of course. I remember that.
Yeah, her.
I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
And yet you're wanting to go to the naughty elf. Shame on you.
It's boys' night. It's fine.
But, he's trying to work on something. If he wants
Well,
to
no,
stay
it's not really
faithful.
working on something. It's been a year, but
Whoa! It's been
And
a
you didn't
year?
tell me?
And
We were
also, you're going to
roommates.
the naughty elf while you are working on this and are in a relationship for a year?
And
well,
we were roommates.
Oh my
swear to
gosh!
fucking
and they were
God.
roommates. Oh my god! And you were roommates?
We were roommates.
you can see the fucking wheels spinning in his eyes, just like that.
I'll need to hear everything. And we'll have plenty of time to do it together. And I tell him the news. Yeah. You remember why Sho called me in with him?
Oh yeah. I remember. Yeah.
And he just hold his hand out.
Mm.
Hi, I'm your partner.
This is not the time to joke around after taking jabs at me, Scent.
His head just lowers and darkens. I'm completely serious.
Question to DM: is Cyrus 100% of Scent being in on the council now?
Yeah,
I
you're
can't
aware.
remember.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
he told you straight
Okay,
up. Yeah.
legitimately could not remember myself.
No,
Cool.
you're
Just
good.
making
Yeah,
sure.
You're good.
you watched
Yeah.
his Cinna called to show.
Well, I remember that, but I
Yeah.
don't remember. I couldn't remember if
he
the
told
details
the
were
group
told.
of you. Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Okay,
told the group
cool.
of you in the cafeteria.
Just making sure. Just
Yeah,
making
no.
sure.
So his face just darkens, and he's just like, "Yeah, I'm a part of the committee now." No one else is there except for you, me, and Cecilia. They're all
He's telling
gone.
the truth. Told us right after President Show did it. He's not pulling your tail.
Yeah, that's why I went with him.
And that's not a jab at you, Sent, because you have a tail, but that's just a matter of
He's
phrase.
gonna smack him with his tail.
Who, me or
You.
Cyrus?
You. just a light like smack, just on your hip or something.
Okay.
What did I do? I made a shitty joke.
That's huge, Sen. That's really, really big.
Yeah,
Show can do that.
he did.
He could just override the whole election.
Faux show.
Well, shut the fuck up. It took some convincing. A lot of convincing. A lot. A lot of convincing. But I'm definitely the one that should be there. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh,
I mean-
I'm not even sure who else could possibly make sense. I mean, other than a general election. But then again, I got in somehow under, I didn't even know there was an election when I got in. So
There will still be an election, but it's going to be for a different reason. I'm still going to be in there, but it's going to be to kind of find people who could be proper aides for us. I'll still be the one who wins, but I'm going to take into consideration the runner-ups.
Gotcha. So we're rigging it. And he
It's-
looks just like dejected at the ground.
It's more it's more or less first and second place might go to a different position if they so choose.
Think of it like this, Hugo. Who else but the president of the student council to appoint a new leader of the disciplinary committee right after the previous one was outed and admitted to, harassing and physically abusing students? He would know better. Sent is not just a first year, and they have some sort of relationship.
Just history.
Well, there you go, history. Who else but Show to make that decision when a position needs to be filled? And it's also the beginning of the school year. I would think of it less like rigging and more so withholding some of the truth.
I see it as very similar to that, but also reinforcing the disciplinary committee and putting a new statement in for future student council members that bullshit like that is not going to stand anymore. And I know you agree.
I definitely agree with that.
I don't want you to go through that ever again. And I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen. I'm going to make sure that you don't have as much of a fucking workload as what he put on you before. What Victor did was unforgivable.
I agree.
Same with his little pups.
Lack of a better term. Yeah. I appreciate it. That's a lot to think about. We're going to have a lot of work to do.
We'll have plenty of time to talk about it. I mean, we'll be sharing an office.
We'll be sharing an office. That's very true.
We'll be sharing an office. Yeah. Won't be roommates.
Well, yeah, I mean, student council members get their own rooms, so...
I'm still considering that.
Really?
Yeah, Cinna's not gonna like that, is she?
That's the problem. Either
wait, it was sent. You're on the student council. They're going to be collecting you tonight. They're going to be
I'm
asking you
aware.
to move in there tonight.
I'm aware. The thing, though, I'm not going there without her.
I think that's not a compromise, but a condition enough that should be easy enough to be fulfilled. Just have
I
your
agree.
sister move. Yeah, just I'll do it. Just make sure my sister stays in the same room as me. Easy as pie.
If they don't allow her, I'm not moving in. I'm staying with her.
think anybody would judge you otherwise for that.
You know, either way is a real power move.
And that's why I'm doing it.
Well, you already have my vote for yeah, and you definitely have Bernie's.
I
You
think
have
I have
mine, not
Sho's
that it
too.
matters.
You got Cyrus as well. Thanks, bud.
I appreciate that. I
Yeah,
think
for
I have
moral
Sho's
support.
vote on that too, and my sister.
Iki as well. I'll make sure.
Really? And why
He kind
her?
of he clinches and he's like,
Hmm?
Anyway, so
Okay.
get going. We got things to do tonight. And God, apparently getting a movie into the student council room. Oh my God, that's a lot to take in right now. Anyway,
What time is it at
shall
this point?
It's getting to about the time that it would normally open, 7 o'clock.
Let's wait a moment. We might have a fourth joining.
Wait,
Fourth joining?
Yeah.
don't tell me.
Yeah.
Did you get the foot guy?
Maybe. Him and I had a long talk. It was a good talk. It was definitely one that we both needed.
That's good. I'm glad at least. But I hope he knows if he comes here, I'm not gonna stop talking about the foot thing.
I think he expects it at this point.
A few moments pass. Go past 7, and Dane does not show up.
I told him 7. So
Let's just meet him there.
yeah. I told him where it was. I told him where we were gonna meet. So yeah, let's go in.
Okay. So
I
you
imagine he's
make your
already
way.
there.
Yeah, no, watch, he's already there.
No. So you make your way to the naughty elf. As you make your way in, as it should be, the windows are blacked out. The door windows are blacked out. There is light coming from inside, and there is a line of people kind of waiting to go in. And Hugo kind of looks at the two of you and he says, "I didn't realize this was going to be this popular."
Buddy,
You think they'd make an
it's
exception for
called-
student council?
dude, it's called the Naughty Elf. Of course there's going to be a huge line. It's called the Naughty Elf. Only opens at night. What a agree to come here.
You know, you're totally right. Yeah. So are you guys getting in line?
How long's the line? Like how many people roughly?
Probably like a half-hour wait ish to get inside.
Is there a bouncer?
There is.
Can I attempt to roll a persuasion check to have him let us in?
You may.
Cool. Should I do my persuasion first, then the check?
Tell me what you're gonna say first.
I'm gonna walk up to the bouncer and be like, "Hey, so I know this is kind of weird, but I wanted to introduce you to one of the new student council members. This is going to be our new disciplinary committee head, and I think it's only due diligence that he get a lay of the land and see if there are any problematic students doing things they shouldn't be doing inside here. I'm with him, as is our friend who is also on the disciplinary committee. I'm observing. I may wish to see if I can't join myself. But regardless, he is the new head of the discipline committee, and we want to make sure that students aren't doing anything to your talent. You know what I'm saying? So if you could be kind enough to let us in.
Sorry. So when he does that, he's gonna stand behind Cyrus and hand him 10 gold to hand to the bouncer.
The bouncer kind of looks over at you as you kind of hold out your hand, and he grasps the money. And Cyrus kind of walks, not Cyrus, fucking God, Hugo. He walks around you, Cyrus, and he hands something to the bouncer, and the bouncer looks at it as he's pocketing the gold. And he hands the paper back to Hugo, and Cyrus. He walks back around you, and he says, All right, go on.
Thank you, sir. I'll make sure nobody's misbehaving.
Appreciated.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, after we're out of once we're in like the hallway, I'm gonna put my fist up for fist bump with scent.
You get a fist bump back.
And that's what
Hugo
we call
kind of
teamwork.
Hugo kind of tries to get in on the fist bump, and he's like, "I just tried to corroborate your story. I had my credentials."
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks.
he uses his other
I'm not.
fist.
I'm just gonna pull my fist away. I'm like, yeah, it was mostly us.
Okay.
No, you helped. You
You
helped.
helped, but it was mostly us. Let's be real, it was mostly us. Anyways, we're here. Let's go see
Right.
what the Naughty Elf has to offer. Lead the way, Hugo. Let's see if we can't fight Footman.
I actually haven't been here before, so I don't really know what sections are what. So we're kind of going in blind here.
Buddy,
So as
I'm
you
gonna
walk
be
into
real
the
with
Naughty
you.
Elf.
Hold on, before we walk
Okay.
in fully,
Yep.
I gotta give Hugo a piece of mind. Buddy,
Oh boy.
you're the one who asked us to come here. And you don't know anything about this establishment. You don't even know what's what. I know it's called the Naughty Elf, but you don't know anything.
What? As soon as Cyrus says you don't know, he's just gonna grab both of them and just start pushing them forward. Like, all right, let's go. Where to going?
As he's saying
where
that,
to going?
I'm still going to be like chiding Hugo as we're entering. I'm like, dude, come on! You invited us out, and there's a place I didn't even want to come to. I'm just here for the ride at this point, and you don't even know what's inside.
There are women. Stop complaining.
There's probably men too. Be inclusive, damn
And
it.
men. I'm for it all.
So, you do go in and you walk down this hall, and there are very lewd portraits all down the wall of many different types of genders and races. And you get to this kind of smoky area where there's a desk, and there's a very scantily clad woman standing behind the counter, and she's like flipping through a book. And a very scantily clad male kind of walks in through a side door, and they both look at you and smile and greet you. And the woman kind of folds up the book and says, welcome to the Naughty Elf. How may we assist you today?
Sense just gonna shove Hugo. You invited us.
Yeah.
The
floor is yours, Hugo.
This is our first time here. We're just wondering what kind of services you offer.
I'm going to put my mouth over Hugo's my hand over Hugo's mouth.
Okay.
Mouth over Hugo's mouth. Oh my god.
Yeah, no.
Mouth over?
God.
Wait a
God.
No. I'm not actually doing that. I'm not actually doing that. Sorry. I was gonna be mouth over Hugo's hand is what I was gonna end up saying.
Hand over mouth. Yeah.
Hand over mouth.
Yeah.
Like it's less that we want to know what your services are, and it's our first time, and we're just curious how everything works. But we have money to pay.
Of course. Well,
But you
it
can
is
enlighten us,
our.
please.
This is our first day open, so I don't blame you for not knowing. We just established this year, and we are hoping for your continued patronage. We have a myriad of different things that we can provide to you. Over in this section, you can get personal with our hosts and hostesses. And if you go over to that section over there, you can browse our very high quality reading material. And if you come over here, well, I'll have to make sure you're of age, of course, but we provide extra services.
Well,
Out of character,
Hugo,
just checking. First area is just like a public area. Second area is reading. Third area is private.
Sort of. It's like the first area is like kind of a general strip club. The second area is like the dirty mag area, and the third area is very clearly a brothel-like area.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes.
I don't want Hugo to cheat on her.
Yeah,
We
no,
ain't
I'm.
here
That's
for
what.
that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
remove my hand off of Hugo's mouth and I'm gonna stare at him very intently. Like, well, Hugo, what would you like to do? and I'm gonna lean in and whisper into his ear. It better not be the third option, otherwise we're gonna kill you.
He starts sweating and he's like,
Same, to be honest, I shouldn't do that one.
the second area with the books, please, ma'am.
Well,
are we able to bring a book into the other area? Just, out of curiosity.
Oh,
The first one.
you like reading and a show, I see. That can definitely happen if you want it to, sweetheart.
And question for you as well, ma'am. I know we all entered together, but we're not, just tied to one area or the other, right? We can come and
You
go as long
can-
as we meet the requirements, right?
Go as you please.
Well, just out of curiosity, can you want to check to see if I meet the age requirement for that third area?
You
My
are
man!
adorable. So, she is going to ask you for some sort of identification. She's going to ask you to fill out some paperwork. Essentially, just like, do you have any STDs and the like? Just like the general kind of, are you healthy? When was your last physical? When were you last checked for things?
I'm gonna play Cyrus.
Cyrus is
here.
clean. Cyrus is clean.
Cyrus, Cyrus is of course clean, but
Yeah.
But in this moment, Cyrus has an idea, but is doing this purely for the scientific method of it to see exactly what this third area is. So he's like, okay, this makes sense. I don't know what service they could offer here. I'm clean, yes. And then the last line is like, oh. And he's just gonna finish and he's gonna sign it and just return it.
She's going to take it and she's going to hand you a small bag. And she's going to look at the door and nod to the guy. And he's going to walk over and he's going to say, your pick of the litter in here.
Are there cats?
It's just a metaphor. But yeah, I mean, there's a cat girl in there for sure.
I'm gonna look at Scent and here like, well, I'm gonna explore over there
Have fun,
and
friend.
and see what it's about. I'll come check on you guys in a little bit.
Oh no!
While he's walking away, Sen's just gonna spank him. Have fun.
Don't do that here. Don't do that here. They're gonna assume things that aren't true.
What? I like men and women. What's the point?
I mean about you and me.
And have fun.
Fuck you.
Cyrus, you go into the brothel area and fade to black. Whatever you imagine happens for Cyrus in there.
See, I was hoping I'd find a secret social link in here, man. I find the prostitute who doesn't really want to be a prostitute, and then I get like benefits from it. I was hoping for it, man. That's the reason why I went in there.
Scent is also going to go to the people at the front desk.
Oh god.
Open a tab under my name.
Yeah.
That's sent them on. Whatever he does in there, I'll pay for it.
Bro, Cyrus really
don't
just
say
said,
anything,
I'm
just
just
tell
looking
him
for
it's on them.
confidants.
Okay.
I'm
all
looking
on
for
you.
friends, and he found some friends. That's for sure.
Sure. Actually, yeah, you totally can do that if you really want to. If you want to try and find a prostitute that will have a conversation with you instead of try to sleep with you,
That is adorable.
you
Why
can
can't they-
definitely do that.
Why don't they? They can't be mutually exclusive, you know.
Oh no, there are plenty of places like that you don't have to do that. You can just talk
Yeah.
to them. Yeah,
You
Oh, I know.
literally can. Yeah.
yeah. It's yeah.
Can I roll up? Can I roll a perception check then in that room? To see if there's anybody a note that you can think of.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're just reading books. We're reading books.
can't believe there's
I'm
a
distracted
fucking
by
brothel
the
in
titty.
California.
There are too many titties, man.
I can't believe that you fucking went to a brothel and didn't bring Senna. This is a war crime.
Oh god.
I guess okay.
Oh god.
I'm just gonna look around. Cyrus is very like red faced, and I'm just gonna be
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna point. I'm gonna see the cat girl. I'm like, oh, let's choose her. And I'm gonna go and be like, hi, hi. It's nice to meet you. How's your evening been?
Hello. It's a pleasure to meet you too. It's just kind of weird. You're just having a regular conversation with me.
Well, you're more than just your body part.
She like looks around. You realize where we are?
Yeah, I do. I'm here, so we can uh yeah, we can do that too. I guess, but also, I didn't just want to be the kind of guy to be like, go bye,
she she starts laughing. She says, I don't think anybody in my all of my years between us isn't very long, but has ever said that to me before.
It's admittedly I didn't fully understand what was back here until the last minute, and it was right as I was signing my name.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know what I signed up for 90% of the way into the process, but I'm here. I'm going to reap the repercussions of my actions, but if I can at least be a decent guy while doing it, then hell yeah. And this sort of stuff doesn't exist back home, so yeah.
Oh yeah, where's back home? And she starts getting closer to you.
Um, pretty far south, religious, theocratic country, church rules everything.
Hmm.
You know,
I'm from
it's
Efrons.
yeah, it's kind of boring over there. The entire church controls everybody's lives. Everybody idolizes the church and depends on them for everything: food, water, you name it. It's not right. People can't live their lives. I don't know. The church doesn't sit right with me sometimes.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds pretty awful. And she like sits down next to you.
I'll pop a squat next to her too and be like, yeah, it's pretty bad. I think at least a lot of people put their faith into their god and to their leader. But I don't know. Something seems wrong with it. People don't have their freedom. People should be able to live, die by their own choices, horny or not. And just not have to and let their efforts matter and not have everything that they make, everything they earn be thrown into this pool of funds that goes to the church, and then the church is supposed to just give it back to the people and people accept that, and it's just I don't know. It just doesn't feel like the cost of living's not even the cost. I'm sorry. I'm just rambling at this point. It doesn't sit right with me. I
You
was lucky
really
enough
have a
to
lot
be
going on internally. A lot of pent up stress, huh?
yeah, I wouldn't say it's just stress. I've been dealing with this for a while. I mean, already viewed as a heretic, so what's a little bit more slander, am I right?
Don't I know it? My father would kill me if he knew I was here.
Hey, live your life. I respect it. Gotta make money somehow, and hey, if you enjoy it, power to you.
Well, I mean, I don't actually need to make money. Uh, like you know who I am. Look at me go. Selena Magniforti. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Well, Selena, I'm Cyrus Blackwood,
Pleasure to
and
meet you.
pleasure to meet you. And this is a secret safe with me. Just know me. Just know that.
Right. I'll take your word for it at this time.
You have my word as the son of a cardinal. I am not gonna rat you out. You are a nice person, and you entertained a conversation in a brothel with a guy you just met. So, again, didn't want to be the guy who goes and leaves.
I mean, I'm getting paid either way, so whether or not we do it is inconsequential.
What do you want then?
I actually don't really know. I haven't really thought about that a whole lot.
Yeah, like you mean like in life or just right now?
Well, I mean, I'm a third year at the academy, and this seemed like a interesting place to work. One of my friends talked me into it, but here I am. So,
Do you enjoy it here? Do you like doing this stuff, or is it just sort of
Well,
I'm here, so I'll keep on doing it?
You're literally my first customer, so.
Oh. Well, I guess I popped that cherry now, didn't I?
Adorable.
I blame my friend who's the prince. He has a pretty bad sense of humor. It kind of rubbed off on me, even though I can't stand it. It's my way of just dealing with stress and dealing with situations I otherwise probably would. Just, yeah.
Well, stress, anxiety, everybody's got it pent up somewhere, so.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well.
She like narrows her eyes at you. Are we gonna talk, or are we gonna?
Let me ask you again then. What do you want to do?
Really, I just want to go have a cup of tea, but I have a few more hours here, so.
Well, how about this?
Mm-hmm.
You're getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
I can just leave if you want.
Mm-hmm.
And
They're planning a tea date, and my PC died, so that's why we have the weird cut in the future. Okay, bye.
tea or evening tea?
Whatever's fine with me.
In 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'm gonna go catch up with my boys that I'm here with, and yeah, I will. I'll see you tomorrow then.
She nods and she gets up, and she starts to walk away and kind of slaps you in the face with her tail, like a light, playful slap.
Mm-hmm.
And she walks away.
Cyrus is just gonna blush a little bit and then just shuffle his way out of the room. Just be like,
You definitely can.
I'm gonna do that, and I mean, there's like stuff happening in there, so I'll just like
A lot of stuff happening,
I'll just respectfully not look at the
Okay.
stuff that's happening, just to be nice.
yeah. Okay.
And just if something ends up in front of my face, so be it. But yeah, then I'll just walk out, and then I'd like to go to the front desk and ask, how much do I owe you?
The front desk.
Yes, the front desk of the naughty elf.
Yeah, she looks over at you and says, "Wow, that was very fast."
Hey,
I'm not here to judge anybody on how fast they are. Your friends went in over there. You're all covered, sweetheart.
I'm covered. Wait, can you
Yeah,
leave?
your friend covered you.
Leave an extra large tip for the girl I was with, please. And then I'll just walk away.
All right, you can definitely do that. Sen, hello.
Yo!
Heads
Yeah,
up.
so
Heads
So,
up,
yeah,
my
so-
Wi-Fi blipped out, so
Oh,
all they really
Jesus.
missed was the planning of the tea date. So whenever I
Okay.
edit this, I'm just gonna have myself screaming, "They planned a tea date!" and it cuts back to where we are.
Amazing. Amazing.
Thank you for doing that, Dashing.
That was adorable. All right,
Bro,
that was
man's-
adorable.
Man's just like, I'm gonna go into a brothel and make a friend.
You
But
made
it's
a
like-
win.
I no, like me as the player is just like, maybe Dashing's got something going on in there. You know, I think there might be something besides just sex. And then he's just like, well, fade to black, whatever happens. You're like, what? That's it? I
Well,
wouldn't have gone
you
in there
know,
then.
Yeah.
Only sex?
Yeah.
That's it? Only sex?
Oh, wow, a brothel only about sex. Who would have thought?
So
Oh, that's what I was just like,
Yeah.
man, I'm looking to see where that secret prostitute confidant is.
You found one. Yeah, you got it.
So Sent while that was going on, Sent followed Hugo in to get Hugo a book. And then upon getting whatever book he wanted, bless his heart.
He was looking for a book. He found one. It's called The Slutty Dragonborn Maid.
Now
I swear to God.
is this for purchase or are you just renting this, Hugo?
Listen, all right, try not to laugh, okay? It's
How-
not for me.
How far away am I from them?
You are having your conversation with Selena.
Yeah, we time traveled
Okay,
a little
cool.
bit. We're
Sorry,
back.
I wasn't sure if we were trying time
Yeah,
traveling or if
yeah,
I
yeah.
left
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we did this. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. You are having your conversation in the brothel area, Cyrus.
Do you need me to front you for this?
No, I don't need you to front me for this. This isn't for me, okay?
Consider it a 1-year anniversary gift then.
That's literally what it is. Thanks.
Yeah, I assume so.
All right.
How much is it?
It's only 1 gold.
Flip a coin at him.
Completely unnecessary, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
I like flipping coins, okay? You know me.
I do.
Buy your book, let's go have a drink or something in the other area if they have drinks. And let's wait for a friend.
Very sure they do. As they are making their way out of the book section, that is when Cyrus is currently telling the front desk woman to give an extra tip to the girl that he was with.
That better be with your money. I'm only paying the front. You pay for the tip.
Haha, that's a joke.
I pay for everything. You only pay for the tip. Can you afford a tip?
I already kind of told him to, tip her extra well because they said you covered it.
You owe me half the tip then.
Yeah, I don't know how much the tip is.
We'll see. And we just go.
Okay,
Let's just go.
go into the other room, and you
Let's
guys
just go have a
have
drink and chill.
have a merry drink and chill. Fucking.
Hugo, can I see the book for a second?
Yep.
Wait, Hugo got a book?
Hugo did get a book.
Hugo
Let
got
me
a
see
book.
this.
No,
Let me see this book.
No. I paid for it. Let me look first.
Okay, well, can I see the cover at least?
Yeah,
You
he shows
can.
him.
It's called The Slutty Dragonborn Maid.
Oh, Hugo, you dirty, dirty devil.
It's not for me.
Oh,
for me.
then who's it for, buddy? Who's it for?
Tell you that.
You know who it's for. It's a 1-year anniversary
I-
gift.
It's quite the.
I'm
quite the
trying to not
ballsy
say
gift.
names, my friend.
He's into that
Wait.
kind of stuff.
I love that.
Quite the ballsy move. Next thing I know, he's gonna be going out to get a wedding ring.
Can't- exactly. Make those
Hugo.
decisions myself.
Yeah, live your best life. Who cares?
I mean, definitely both of our families will care. That's for sure.
Hugo,
You know
how
what,
old are
valid.
you again?
19.
You're entirely ahead of you.
I do.
Talk to your parents. Live your best
Cyrus?
life. If you love somebody, love them.
Okay.
Cyrus, my friend.
Yes.
Do you know Hugo's standing as well as the other person's standing in their family?
Well, regardless of their standing,
My statement stands.
And I agree with you. I'm just making sure you're aware.
My statement will not change regardless. It's
Totally
boys' night
understandable.
after all.
It is boys.
night.
It's boys' night.
It
We're
is boys'
enjoying
night.
it, and so you was just like walking
It's
into
boys'
the
night
other
and I'm
section.
reading horny books, whatever. I got a
boys'
book in
night.
one hand, a drink in the other.
Jeez.
It's boys' night,
Yeah.
and I talked to a prostitute and didn't do anything else.
You're telling me
mean,
I
I had a-
paid for a conversation?
No, I
You
touched
better
her
have
boob.
gotten your, wet.
I
I'm just
touched
saying.
her boob, and I get and
Mhm.
I get to see her again outside of the club.
Hugo's
Oh,
gonna stop his drink and say, "You asked a prostitute out on a date and didn't
wasn't-
just sleep with her."
In all
It was-
fairness, it is the first day. This place is
It-
opened.
and it also was her
Is-
first day on the job, and also just
Were you her
it was
first
day
customer?
first. Yes, I was.
Oh, then yeah,
I
it's
was.
fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, and it's less of a date and more so she, I kind of just bumbled my way in there. I didn't know what I was signing up for till I was there signing my name, and
You could have asked either of us.
shut up.
This-
Shut up. Let me finish. Shut up.
Please.
She didn't. And I not to say I wasn't confident in myself or anything like that. I'm confident,
Mhm.
but I've barely been here for a freaking week. I want to get
Right.
to know people and get to know the area, and she laughed at my awkward jokes, and she seemed interesting enough, and
Right.
I figured I'd like to get to know her better.
So
That's-
let
that's
me
it.
ask you this question, Cyrus. Did you want the fresh cup of coffee, or did you want the one with all the dicks in it?
I'm gonna punch Hugo in the gut.
I'll take the ones with the dicks. He just chugs it back.
That was unnecessary and painful.
Anything goes on boys' night, bitch.
Anything goes on boys' night, bitch.
We'll have to take my sister at some point here.
Yeah, maybe the same trick can apply. Maybe you can get ahead of the line. But also, it is opening night. Things could change.
I have a feeling this could be a good meeting spot for our
Honestly enough. No.
Why did I do this to myself?
I'm in character. Actually, Scent, like, drink aside, not that I've really drank mine, that's not a bad idea because nobody would expect to find us, let alone just anybody here. This
true.
could be a good place. And there's the dirty book section that maybe not a lot of people would even go to. We can just be reading and acting like we're connoisseurs. Now, on that note, though, I don't know how Avraf would be in here. I don't even think he knows what the SE double hockey sticks across each other really is. Sorry. Let me say this.
The
Let me say this
SC
in
double
lore.
hockey stick scissoring? what are you talking about here?
Sorry. I was thinking. Sorry. I was like, that's not right. The SE, Swords Clashing is.
There
SE,
you go.
Swords Clashing is because he doesn't seem like he's on there.
So
I
why are
mean-
we meeting up here regularly? Hugo's kind of leaning in.
Because we have a lot of friends that probably like this place.
It's it's just meetings with our students.
Oh, gotcha. Whole
Yeah,
party
we're-
thing. A little
yeah.
weird. Sent to be bringing your first years here for sure to meet about
It's-
school stuff, but
It's more meeting here to have proper private conversations with my students with no outside influences
Ah.
except for
Titties.
yeah, titties.
I mean, you
But-
could also just use our office.
Nah, that's not as fun.
That is
Oh.
boring.
Okay.
Well,
Might use
hey,
it later, but that's kind of boring, you know. I mean, the music in
Yeah.
here is a little more
It's pretty
fun.
bopping.
It is pretty good.
yeah, it is.
That's why I want to get my
So,
sister here. I want to introduce Avaref to it, and unfortunately, I have to bring Dane as well. But I don't know. Dane and
Can-
I are getting closer, so it's okay.
yeah, can I roll a perception check to see if Dane is actually here?
You can roll a
Can
perception
I
check.
help?
Yes, you
As soon
can
as he
also
starts
look
looking
around.
around, I
Can we
get
Yeah.
roll
the
an advantage
idea.
since it's the two of us doing it?
One of you may roll at advantage, or you may roll separately.
I'll roll
What?
an advantage.
Go for it.
Okay.
Well,
Okay. You take a look around. You do a double take as you think you see Dane, but it's not actually Dane.
dang. Dang. I thought that was the footman.
It's all right. How long have we been here at this point, you think?
Probably about an hour and a half or so.
You had your fill? You too?
He
Yeah,
goes
probably.
nodding.
He's still thumbing through the book.
I didn't really
There
get to look
she's-
at the books, but you know, I think I'm fine. You know,
We'll
it's
come back another time.
it's fun. You know, maybe they have a theme night. Let's ask on the way out.
He's gonna go close his tab.
Okay.
Oh boy. How much did he tip?
It's 100 gold pieces for the whole time you were there.
He's just gonna grab Cyrus by his collar, drag him over. You owe me 25 gold. Just shove him away. He's gonna pay for
Okay.
this.
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you. And this one was wondering if you have theme nights planned.
Well, yeah, we have all major holidays. On Sundays, we have special nights planned each week that we're
Do you have a Dragon
planning
Maid
doing.
night?
It's a good question, actually. Do you?
How did you know that was tomorrow? We haven't even announced it yet. We usually want to do it the day of.
He's gonna glance at Hugo.
We're gonna just both look at Hugo.
He's just gonna like grip his book and just pull it closer to him.
When's your anniversary again?
Anyway,
No. When's your
No,
anniversary?
it's literally today.
Oh,
Well then, late anniversary gift. You go tell her that you have a special place to take them.
Okay.
good man.
Yep.
Thank you for your patronage. We
Thank
leave.
you, ma'am. We loved it. Thank you so
you.
much.
Patronage? No, wrong word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. You know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Sorry, it's been a
Yes.
long night.
For your service.
Service, thank you. It's been a long fucking night for me.
Yeah.
Both in and out of character.
Yeah, that's true. That's very, very true. So you can go ahead and leave. Make your way back to the academy. Hey, Cinna, how's it going?
Hey,
I was
Senna.
wondering how long
Senna.
I was gonna wait.
How's it going? Yes.
How's
It's
that book you've been
been a
reading
little
for like the
while.
last couple hours?
The last like 7
5
hours.
Yeah, literally. So, rewinding time.
Fat fucking rewind.
You spend the afternoon reading your novel. And it rolls around to about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon when Bernie had told you gonna go out to dinner. So you can go ahead, easily meet up with Bernie at the specified location.
The specified
The
location.
specified location.
Specified.
And you can definitely find her easily enough. Easy to find her, and she still looks a little bruised and battered, a little tired. Happy nonetheless to see you.
So dinner.
So dinner. Let's go.
Do you have any place in mind?
Well, there are a few places out in the town. We can go to the Brilliant Bite pub. We can go to there's a cute bakery. It's called Assault and Battery. Brew Bros. Nincombe Soup. Want a latte? We can go to Thanks a Latte. Crowbar.
Cinna's face, like her mouth fucking dropped open when she heard there is a cute bakery called Assault and Battery.
Yeah. They have nice pastries, spiked drinks, mixed drinks, iced tea.
You know, fuck it, assault and battery.
Yeah, it's like a salt and battery.
I never
Like
found.
batter.
Yeah, you know, now I get it. I was like really trying to comprehend how that would work for a bakery, but anyway, I heard drinks. Let's go. She like
Okay.
pivots on one
Yep.
heel.
Yeah, you can definitely make your way to a salt and battery. You walk in, and there is a very nicely dressed man. He's working the counter. He's making different types of pastries. There's a girl making different iced teas, and one of the kids that's a younger kid. He's a little younger than you. He's working behind the counter, and he says, "Hello, welcome in. Welcome to Assault and Battery. My name is Arnold Palmer.
I hate you.
Can I interest you in our famous iced tea?"
God damn it, Dashing.
Been waiting for this.
I was so tempted to go to Nincom Soup, but I'm so glad we went here, because this is the stupidest shit I think I've ever. Oh my god. Is it spiked?
We can definitely make it spiked. Yeah.
I would love if it was spiked.
Ma, we want a spiked iced tea for 2. And the woman looks over and says, "Yes, Arnold dear, I'll get it right out."
What pastries do you recommend?
The guy who's kind of making the pastries says, "Oh, we got lots of pastries. We got some apple dumplings over here. We got he likes cinnamon rolls. We got cinnamon rolls, different cakes and cookies, and we've been deep frying some of these cookies too a little bit, trying it out. Not too sure. Customers haven't been buying it a whole lot, but nonetheless, it does taste pretty good."
Let me try some of the cookies then. She's
Okay.
gonna ignore the fact that she basically just deflated with the biggest sigh after hearing cinnamon.
Yeah, he can put together a plate of cookies, and you get your spiked iced teas, and you can sit down at a bar stool window seat as you're looking out into the town of like the walking people back and forth as the lamp lights, the steam lights outside are starting to light up the streets. And Bernie looks over at you and just says, reminds you of back home, huh? With all the lights and like this.
A bit.
Although we don't have a place like this place. This is nice.
A little less, lion roar every so often, but
Mm-hmm.
it's nice.
These cookies are so good. Why aren't people buying these? And she's like, eating them. And they are very, very good cookies. It's very well made.
She is not eating as many as Bernie is.
Mm-hmm. Bernie is like shoving them down. She's like, "Oh my god, these are delicious."
Noted.
And she takes a sip of the iced tea, puts it down, and looks over at you. "Well, you confronting Alessandra like that really made my day difficult. I'll have you know. Really put her in a bad mood, but I appreciate it. Sticking up for me like that."
You also fighting her, she was already in a bad mood.
But it's easier if I have somebody to blame, Cinna. And she smiles. I'm only kidding. I really do appreciate it. I know I put her in a bad mood. She's always been in a bad mood lately.
What possibly could have her knickers in a twist?
Well, we've been doing nothing but digging into the history of the school for the past 2 days. And Blaine's been working us like crazy for it.
Why do you need to dig into the history of the school.
Oh, I have no idea. So, I mean, he was saying something about Headmistress Aurelius was looking for something for the 300-year celebration, because, that's this year. So it's our
Right.
job to put on some sort of festival as the student council, and, we just need to figure it out.
Speaking of
So-
student council, you might actually get more help.
What do you mean? Alessandra's already got me and Julius.
A certain lion just became the head of the disciplinary committee.
There hasn't even been a vote yet. What are you talking about?
You know how my family is with shows.
You did not use your connections to get into the student council, Cinna. Please.
Oh,
tell
I
me you
didn't get into the student council,
Oh, thank God.
but Sent is.
What? Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Thank God you didn't get in, but because I really would love for you to be on the council. I think you'd be perfect at it. But wait. Hold the phone. Back up 2 seconds. You, pastry man, bring me a deep fried cinnamon roll now. Yes, ma'am. He walks it over to her, and she just starts eating it slowly. Tell me everything.
Well, so we know Victor exited.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've caught the little spectacle once Show was about to walk off,
Mm-hmm.
where I called his attention. He turned and took Sent into a meeting afterwards.
I wasn't actually at that ceremony. I just kind of heard afterwards that there was a lot of chatter. Alessandra and I've been.
There was a lot of
Well,
chatter. I don't know. I left too early.
I've been very busy, so.
I left too early to hear all of the chatter.
Hmm.
But the council meeting, Show's about to walk off with Ionos.
Mhm.
Called his attention, told him to
Okay.
take Sent. He did. Went to go get food with my first year. Sent came back and said he's the head of the disciplinary committee, and everyone is off of it except for him, Hugo, and Cecilia.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's a lot to take in. And she
Also-
just takes her drink and just chugs it.
Also, I don't know, maybe the fact that you'll get to see Sent every day. Especially as soon as he wakes up again. Senna just starts smirking.
She's looking down at her glass, and she looks up at the window, and she just touches her cheek and just pinches it. I'm not dreaming. Bernie, you're not dreaming. Okay.
I'll pinch her arm.
Ow.
Not a
Sharp
dream.
nails.
Not a dream. Also, rude. I file my
Oh.
nails.
You do. I'm floored. This is amazing. That's so awesome. I wonder if he'll take me. Not like that. Onto the disciplinary
Start
committee.
sipping the drink. Take you, huh? So,
Don't take that the wrong way.
so a great choice of words there, Bernie.
Stop it.
What?
You know what I meant.
Did I?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Yeah. May or may not have been, toying with the idea.
Right. All right. Fine, I'll bite. What? What did you do? What are you doing? Senna, what's your plan?
So, might have been thinking with Sent and was
Mhm.
well, we saw how Bernie was with Alessandra, and what if,
Mhm.
The new disciplinary committee head who needs aides, could yoink Bernice to where she has a more evenly split workload.
You're really about to get on Alessandra's bad side for real this time. You were so dastardly.
Well, it's not me. I'm not on the student council.
Listen, I'll go anywhere Sen asks me to go.
She like chokes on her drink.
That came out wrong. This isn't going well. Oh, come on, Bernie. All right.
Your face is beet red.
Don't talk to me right now.
I am the only other person here.
I need another cinnamon roll. Another one is brought to her. Right. Fine. Fine. You know what? It's just this drink getting to me. I can't drink too much. I have to go back to work after this.
Hun, you were blushing before you started drinking.
Stop.
But I
It's
wouldn't
fine.
chug too much of that, though.
Well, I can't because I gotta go back to work, and Alessandra will beat me for real this time if I'm drunk and I go back to her.
She already beat you for real. Wait a minute.
That was a duel. It's not the same thing.
She knocked you unconscious. You are covered in cuts and bruises. I'm pretty sure she's beaten you for real already.
I don't count that as a real fight. It was a... Listen. I'm correct.
Ah, yes, milady. And she, like, does a mockingly bow.
She finishes the cinnamon roll she's eating, and she kind of wipes her hands off and looks over at you and kind of rubs your shoulder, still wiping some cinnamon. She starts wiping some cinnamon on your shoulder.
If that gets stuck in my fur, I am going to chase after you.
That's what I'm betting on. Anyway. I'll hunt you down anyway. Don't test me. I'm tough.
I am aware. But you have cinnamon in my tattoo! And she, like, points to the, like, colored fur.
I gotta go. I'll see you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Time check?
And she leaves. It is around like 8 or 9 p.m. at this point. You were out for a while, having a conversation, walking to the location, walking back to the academy. It is pretty late. Scent and Cyrus, where were you going after you were done with the naughty elf?
My vote's to go back home. I'm tired.
Yeah, I guess at this point, I gotta go figure out whether
situation.
the whole living situation. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess we're gonna go find my sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cinna, are you going just back to the academy right away?
Yeah, probably to the cafeteria for real food and not, like, the sweet shit.
Snacks, food. Okay. Yeah, Scent, you can definitely meet up with Cinna at the cafeteria. It's easy enough to find her there. I won't even make you roll for it.
It would've been
Cyrus, if you are just going back to your room and going to sleep, you can definitely do that.
Well, no, I'm thinking about it. We didn't really eat, so I should probably go to the cafeteria.
Then you can definitely do that. Hugo
I'll-
splits off from you guys and he steps away.
Have
And
fun.
it's yeah, thanks.
Enjoy your dragon maids.
Don't forget tomato.
Oh my god.
Same place, same time.
Oh jeez. Stop. And he just leaves. Cinna, you're eating in the cafeteria and you hear Hugo kind of saying that as he runs away. And you see Scent and Cyrus making their way inside and you guys see each other.
You just wave her down. Just start walking over.
You can meet up.
Just vibing with the salad.
Salad? Really?
It's
Any meat in
Caesar!
there?
Salad?
Any meat?
It's chicken Caesar. Do you have a problem?
Wait,
so
what's a
boring.
Caesar?
So boring. So
I like Caesar salads. Alright, shut the fuck up.
Again, what's a Caesar?
I will throw a shoe at you. I don't have one, but I will find one and I will throw it at
No,
you.
I'm asking that legitimately. What's a Caesar?
Like OOC, you asking?
No, in character.
Okay, I was like, oh, my dude.
Well, I know what the fuck a Caesar salad is.
Yeah.
I will find a shoe and I will throw it directly at your head.
You grab like a random student's shoe, and he's like, "What? What are you doing?"
I'm borrowing this. I'll give you a piece of silver.
Okay.
You want to repeat the question?
I've never heard of this Caesar guy. Why has he got a salad name?
She's
after
gonna
him?
chuck it at his head.
You've never heard of Caesar, the ancient Efference general monarch who took over the country and was subsequently killed by his ally Bruto?
Dashing, I love that you
The
put up
only
with my
thing I
shit on the
learned-
fly.
Oh.
The only thing I learned about back home is about my own country. And can I also run an acrobatics check to dodge the
You
shoe?
may. You may.
What do I do? Do I do
Shoe.
athletics?
Athletics to try and throw it.
There's no way
I hate you.
Barely, but yes.
Oh my god.
Bad
to think
throw,
it's a
bad
really-
dodge.
Yeah, bad throw, bad dodge, and
Oh, she
Wait, can I
wasn't
roll
like
another acrobatics?
intentionally trying to hit him.
can I throw an acrobatics check to try and catch it as it's falling?
No.
Hurting me.
I guess that'd be Dex, wouldn't it?
Or
Yeah,
dex?
make just like a general dex check.
Okay.
Okay, well, if he gets to ask that,
Yeah, you
if
can catch it.
if I ask if I can like completely full force chuck it at him,
No, you've already thrown it.
damn.
So what happens is, Senna, you go to throw and you're just like throwing it in his direction, and Cyrus, you like go to dodge it, but you like dodge into the throw, and it hits you and it pops up in the air and you just kind of snag it.
That was all part of my plan. I'm gonna
Nice
hand the
catch.
shoe back to the student that Senna took it from. Like, just don't let her touch your feet again.
I don't want
I-
to.
Don't make a habit of letting people touch my feet. And he puts the shoe on and gets up
Anyway,
and walks
here's
away.
the silver.
Learn your world history.
She throws the silver at him.
Thank you.
Hey, I know a guy who's also into feet. You want me to get you in touch with him?
Stop talking to me. He walks away.
Thank you. She waves as he's gone. Anyway,
You should get
back to
ice
my
and fun.
salad.
Okay. Oh my god.
So as you're kind of all sitting there eating your food, somebody, a few people actually walk in, and they're holding pieces of paper, and they're kind of like sliding them on the tables. And one of them looks at you as it's getting like 9-10 p.m. at this point. It's like the only people out here are like the real night owls who are just like getting late dinners. And one of them walks up to you, and it's a student. He looks like he's part of like the newspaper club or something. And he slides one of the pieces of paper in front of you guys, and he says, "Hey, look at you guys! You're seeing the breaking news before tomorrow."
Wait, breaking news?
Yeah.
I'm gonna like grab the newspaper as soon as it's put down.
Yeah, he's gonna like lean over his shoulder looking.
You take the piece of paper, and on the very top of it says, "Breaking news. Ionos is taking a squire."
Huh?
What?
Oh?
And the squire's name is Leo Shinami.
Huh?
And that's where we're ending game tonight.
Ooh.